Welcome everybody to episode 5. This is the Tench challenge, and yet here I am on the 16-foot drain, breaking out swims, things I do for the podcast. I think it's about to rain as well, which does not help. Anyway, this is the second day of the raking out, and I've been using Alex's rake, this monstrosity, but it's really good. So look at the size of that thing, that's fantastic. And basically just lobbing it out. Nearly caught the rope then. Lob it out, let it hit the bottom, slowly put it back, and what it does, this is brilliant, it smashes out all the lily pad stems and it pulls up all the weeds. You'd think it wouldn't work, but I'll show you in a minute what it brings back. It's really good. So look at that. It is really effective. It looks like it shouldn't work, and I'm still trying to work out in my head how it does, but I think because it's such a sharp blade, it literally just pulls all the weed back with it. So this is a really effective tool. It's actually quite good fun as well to throw it around. So this is the Monday. I dragged out this swim yesterday. Put a ton of wheat in, not a ton, but you know what I mean, a lot of wheat in. And first drag didn't put any back, which is a really good sign. Normally when you do this, you'll find your particles still in the weed because the fish haven't moved on it. These are quite established swims. I know the guy who rents this section, the 16-foot, and it's been tench fishing down here quite a lot. They've been catching lots of bream as well, and the fish are in the area, they're just mooching about. So all the raking out yesterday and what the lads have been doing since the beginning of the season will have helped the fish in the area. So that's the side I've been clearing, that's dropped perfectly. Just let it hit the bottom. I would say it's about 8 foot deep there, and it comes up the ledge to about 4 to 5 foot. So that's where I expect the tench to be mooching around. These lily pads will be on the edge of the ledge, so you can see where I'm going to fish, just off the side of the lily pads, where that rake basically hit the water a little bit closer in. And there really isn't much left down there now. And there's absolutely zero wheat left in the weed, which is absolutely incredible. Lord, I mean, I should imagine it was bream, I should think. Hopefully monster tench. So what we're looking to catch, well, I reckon the average size on it is pretty good. We should get them between 3 and 6 pounds, but the average size I reckon is about 4.5. So I reckon you're going to need 3 to win the challenge. So I need 3 tench in about 3 hours fishing. I reckon that last hour could be the best, but it might be a bit tricky to film. We might have to use car headlights to do the official weighing in. There we go, that was virtually clean. Another couple of chucks, I think. Look, just a few swan mussels. No weed at all. So I just want to stir up the bottom, get any invertebrates that are down there sort of exposed. That's really quite a hard bottom, I can feel it bouncing along. Last but not least, what am I going to put in? Got a load of wheat, look, there's probably about 5 or 6 kilos in here. So this is going to go in, most of it's going to go in this swim, because baits he didn't want me to bait his swim too much. He's worried about the bream coming. Whereas, I believe, if you feed them, they will come. Because all the small fish are going to take this as well. So I'm just using a baiting, don't know what you call that, like a carpy thing. Exactly what we used when we did the bream fishing. Just ladle it in. So I'll put the rest, the morsels that are left, back in Alex's swim. He'll only whinge. He'll whinge if I did put some in, and he'll whinge if I don't. So I'm not going to put much in his, but I'm not going to tell him until he watches this podcast, and he never watches them anyway, so he'll never know. So I'm going to prepare his swim, not going to film it. It's exactly the same. You'll see us tomorrow night, ready for the challenge. Bunghole baits, this is revenge. I'll think of a forfeit that'll be apt for you to wear in the shop. Nice. Well, welcome everybody to the evening in question. So I'm set up in the prime swim. I've given Alex the duff swim, but he doesn't know this. And we're setting up. We'll go and see bunghole baits in a minute, but he's whinging already. You reckon what he's plumbing up where I haven't dragged this swim out. He's getting a lot of weed, but he's quite happy. Let me just show you what my plan is for the evening. Now, Alex showed you in the podcast that liquid and this ground bait, so I have already put in quite a bit of ground bait with that red tenchy thing, that Expo. Smells very nice, and in it I have laced it with the wheat that I've been putting in and casters. So I'm going to use sweet corn and worm on the hook, and I put casters and wheat in my ground bait. And I've seen several tench fishing already. The problem is I think they've disguised themselves as rudd and they don't realise that they're tench, but we'll come back to that later. So that's my attack, and as I said, I'm going to use, I think it's more of a laying on method. Now this isn't technically correct, but I've run out of swan shot, so I've had to make do with AAs. So what I've done, I've got size 8 animal on there, and I should say about 4 inches away I've got 2 AA, and I have plumbed the depth, and I'm about 8 foot deep, and I've used the float with float rubbers to make it top and bottom. It's just a little stubby waggler. I've got another AA there because it's a 3 AA float, so I want it so it cocks a little bit. Not just this weight here is not really going to affect it, it's the 2 on the bottom, so when I pull tight it's going to make it go at a slight angle, and then when I get a bite it will lift flat and then slide away, and then I'll strike. So that's the theory. So that's how I'm going to do this, and I am fishing probably 2 rod lengths out, maybe 3, on the edge of the drop off, just where it drops away from about 5 foot to about 10 foot. So I'm on that 8 foot area, hoping the tench will come up the shelf and find the bait. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to lift up and slide away. I think that's all I've got to show you really, because I've got a minimal setup and my gear's a bit dirty from when we did the bream fishing, so all my bait pots are really manky. I'm sure Bunghole Baits has got his gear in a much better condition, so we'll go and see him and see how he's going to set up.
So, challenge number 2. Just wait for all the cars to go past. Hopefully you can't hear that on the mics, but so we're on 16 foot. Andy's favourite venue apparently. It's not too wide, so he'll be alright here, you know what I mean? It's only like 15 metres wide. He's not used to a man's drain like the middle level. So basically if I lose this challenge, I'd honestly, it's like Leicester winning the Premier League. It does happen, but do you know what I mean?
Making excuses already.
So my basic approach is very simple. It's about, well, Andy's raked it just on the end here. That's about as far as he could chuck it. which I can see the bottom down there, and he's done a good job of it down there, but we ain't going to get a bite down there. So it's probably what, 8.5 foot. It's a nice depth, 16 foot. It's a drain that we don't really talk a lot about, probably because it's crap normally. I shouldn't say that, but it is normally rubbish. Basically every roach in this river goes to March because there ain't none in the winter. But what it is full of is great in the summer. There's lots of bream, there's lots of tench, hopefully, rudd, eels. We want to be a bit more selective. Andy's fed from 5 metres to 10 metres and chucked wheat in. He's chucked Van der Nine Expo, he's chucked all sorts in. I'm going to try and be a bit more selective. Bait dropper in worms. I'm not going to put too many worms in at the start because I don't want to attract too many eels and other fish. So mainly casters, a bit of odd bit of corn, just 2 decent bait droppers. I mean, I've got the original Fox Match ones, which are, if anyone's got any, let me know and I'll buy them off you because they are the best. They come with extra weights and stems, so if anyone has got any kicking about or know of any, please get in contact because I will buy them off you because they are the best bait droppers on the planet. So I've put 2 of them in at the start with casters, hemp and a few worms. Deliberately didn't put too many worms in because I don't want to attract eels just yet. I think it's a bit too early. There's 2 different sizes, so we'll experiment when topping up. Probably top up with a smaller one, but if there's a few fish about, or if I feel there's lots of mouths, rudd and other fish like that, I'll probably top up with a big one. Rig wise, very simple. It's a 1.5 grams, carbon bristle, carbon stem, hollow bristle, 020 main line, Olivet, 2 number 8 droppers and an 8-inch hook length. The reason I've gone for 8-inch, big fish, I like longer hook lengths. I want the fish to have it, and I don't want them registering, picking up this shot too quickly before they eject it. Hook wise, I've got a size 14 Hayabusa 122. I normally use a 157 on like my feeder fishing, but this is a proper meaty hook. Once they're in, they don't come out. An alternative hook pattern would be B711. So I've got them as well, but that's 016 hook, 8-inch 016 hook length. So yeah, I've set myself a nice spot with my pole support. I would like to have fished a bit further, but it's pretty weedy out there. If it's going a bit tough later, I might start a new line and fish through the weed like we would if we hadn't raked it, type of thing. But I think I'm going to catch down here. I've seen one roll over there, so I'm sure it'll be down here in a minute and then in there. So yeah, I don't know what else to say really. Just I'm trying to be more selective than Andy. I think Andy's, well, he's perhaps selected with his hook baits and stuff like that, but I'm just being dead accurate, and hopefully it pays off. Otherwise, I'm in trouble, aren't I?
There's my float stationary, and if I put a worm on, it gets annihilated. So we've got 3 bits of corn, nothing's happening. Just waiting for the tench to turn up. We've been here 2 hours and it's very slow. Well, the first half of this podcast has been riveting. All action. We're about halfway through. It's just gone 7 o'clock, and it's been basically, if you put a worm on, you get a rudd, roach, perch, a chuck, all little things. Alex had was about ½ pound, but we're getting wiped out big time as soon as we put a worm and any cocktail with it. So I've tried 3 bits of corn, nothing's happened. I think Alex has had a rud on 1 bit of corn. It's a little bit crap, but it's been really sunny, really bright. The weather's just changed. We've got some cloud cover now. We've got probably the last 2.5 hours of daylight, so this should be the time when we start to see at least bream starting to move into the swim, but hopefully tench. Now when we got here we did see 3 tench roll, so we are in a good area. So either we're being really crap or they just haven't moved in. The water is gin clear, that's my excuse, and it has been really bright. But one fish could win this. Could cut the tension with a knife. Bunghole's getting a bit worried because he knows if there's one around, I shall sniff it out. Anyway, let's go and have a little word with him, see what he thinks. What do you reckon, mate?
I reckon you could shut that door a bit quieter next time. Jesus, made me jump, and the bloke 25 pegs away jump.
Mate, there's no one near us. We scared him away earlier.
Yeah. Well, they must have scared the fish away and all. Never bag early.
Are you confident?
I'm confident in my method, yeah. I'm just not, I don't know. I think we will catch one. I think once them rudd and that disappear and you can get a worm to the bottom, I think we'll be alright. But at the minute, it's just standard drain, just a rudd or a perch on the drop. You don't even hit the bottom and there's one on. But no, I think we'll catch one. I mean, if you catch one, it'll be an absolute fluke. But there, you know.
A fluke?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, I mean,
I've positioned my van behind you so I keep banging the doors.
yeah, you keep going back, finding some tins, banging them, rattling them like you're on a drum kit or something, then go back.
Skylining you.
Yeah. So, you know, and then the clown drags the pegs out at 4 metres. I mean, wonder why we ain't caught nothing. Do you know what I mean? But,
Oh, mate, I can tell you're getting stressed because you know one fish is going to decide this.
yeah,
Yeah.
bream don't count.
I better go and get ready.
You've fed enough bait for about 25 bream. And all their mates, all their little rudd and roach. So I think you're going to be mullered by them, but they are.
I'd like to get something that actually picks the bait up.
Well,
Getting a bit bored.
he chucked his wheat in, right? And I thought a silage van had gone past. It smelt that bad. It was horrendous. So maybe that's the reason why. Oh,
Drunk.
dear, oh dear.
They're all drunk, mate.
Probably.
Right, I need to get back to my swim. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
That's it.
Good luck. You need it.
Yeah.
Right then, people. It's 10 to 10. Guess what we've caught? Rudd, perch, roach, millions of them. No tench. So bunghole just gone. I'm about to leave. 16 foot, thank you. You've been shit. So there's only one thing we can do. Lick our wounds and go back to the podcast studio. So we'll see you there. Right, we're back in the podcast studio, licking our wounds. We have got a lot of excuses, and things are that bad. We're in training for Ireland, actually, because we're athletes.
No.
So that's what we thought we'd do. Before we actually get onto the Tench podcast or the rest of it, and we know what was wrong. We've worked it out. Before we get onto that,
I haven't worked out what was wrong.
just going to plug something. So, as you guys know, we've been trying to raise money for the England boat team. We had arranged a Grapham Day. Sadly, we've had to cancel that because there wasn't much uptake, which is a bit of a shame. It's not the end of the world, though, and next year we'll probably try and do the same, but actually not run it in August when everyone's on school holidays.
Mm-hmm.
We think that may have been one of the issues. However, the thing that is working really well, and a big thank you for everybody that's contributed, is the Daiwa Tournament S rod that Alex has put into the raffle. Yep. We've got the Daiwa goodies, the Saiwai goodies, the £2 a square raffle for the England boat team. So I'm going to drop in here a little clip with Alex explaining what you're going to get and how you need to do it. So watch this.
We've had some prizes donated by We'll Love You Simon himself, Mr. Willsmore. Lovely little, basically a Hydra come Saiwai float set, Ballerini shot, obviously the best float paint on the market, and some sight bristles. So that's going to be one prize. And then friends at Daiwa, Mr. Green has sent some ends on goodies, some hook bait bag, little bait sieve, and double and hooking mat there. So that's another prize. And then what we've done from Tackle and Baits, obviously because Andy's such a nice fella, doesn't mention that he's fishing for the England boat team much, is a product that is quite sort of specialised to the area, and that's a Tournament S 11'6" match rod. I mean, these retail for a considerable amount of money. like £494.99 amount of money, I can, for £2 a ticket, is it, Andy? £2 a ticket, this could be yours. So we're going to have all the tickets available in the shop. So next time you're in, it's only £2. It's going to a good cause. You could have a chance of winning a brand spanking new Tournament S match, 11'6".
A huge thank you from myself to Alex, Diary UK and Simon Willsball for supplying those prizes. That's incredibly kind of you guys. We're going to have a grid of 500 squares on, so it's £2 a square. If you'd like to buy a square and go into the tackle shop, or obviously more than one square, make sure you put your phone number or give your phone number to whoever you're buying the square off, so they can write it onto the grid so we can get in contact with you if you win. And also I'm going to set up a PayPal account. If you buy squares off the PayPal account, can you please send me a PM via my messenger? I will keep you on the messenger, and then obviously if you win I can contact you back directly. £2 guys, you could win top of the range rod. Obviously you want to contribute more than £2, that'd be fantastic. We're going to try and fill up the 500 squares, and we'll do the draw end of August, probably on one of the podcasts. If we can fill over more than 500, we're going to try and hit 1,000. So a bit of a target for everybody. So get involved, please contribute, and thanks for your help. We were looking through the dates, and we think we're going to do the draw for just before the podcast goes out on the 25th of September. So Alex comes back from Ireland about a week before, 10 days before, but I'm already gone by the time the 25th podcast comes out on the 25th of September, but we'll do all the draws then, so the winners will get notification from there. So we've got probably about just over a month, 6 weeks.
Yeah, get the squares filled.
Yeah, we're doing really well, guys. So anything that you can, any cash, any change that you can throw into the bucket at the tackle shop would be great, and obviously via the PayPal, because that will all help towards what is already starting to be quite an expensive trip already. But hey ho, that's why we do these things. Right, mate. What have we got to say about our venture down 16 foot?
I've worked it out.
Have you? Go on, fire away.
It's your dodgy week.
You're going to blame my week?
Yeah, shocking. I don't know. I think...
It did stink.
It did stink. Badly.
The Rudd liked it.
Well, yeah, I think everything but Tench liked it, and Breen. Anything worth catching didn't like it. I think looking back, the weather was good. I know it was a bit bright.
On that day, it was overcast and
raining. We had a bit of rain.
Yeah.
I thought, we're going to catch a few tench tonight. And I don't know, I just think it was a bit of a... don't know. It was one of them days where it just didn't look like it was going to happen. It just didn't look like it was going to happen. And I mean, I've never put a lot of bait in for tench, but you haven't caught plenty of tench doing it. I don't know really. I think that, well, we see him roll, didn't we? And they were definitely tench that we see roll, but I think it was the same fish rolling.
Well, we got there about 4. By the time we were setting up, it was about 4:30, 4:45, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And as you were setting up, there was a fish
top to our right, wasn't it?
It gave it the old tench slap, didn't it?
Yeah.
3 times, and we went, "Oh, that's a good sign. They're here." And then we saw one on the far bank, in between us.
Yeah.
I had a couple to my left, and then just as getting nearly the last 10 minutes of 20 minutes of fishing,
they were rolling your swim.
There was one just to the left of me. However,
and I was thinking, oh my god.
I just needed the one. However, we have a theory about those tench. How many do we think there actually were?
I think that was the only tench.
Yeah. I think it was the same one, just moving slowly upstream. Mm-hmm. We have no way of proving this, and people are going to go, yeah. I'll tell you what I have noticed. I have fished 16 foot in that area a few times over the years, the last 8-10 years, and it is morning.
Yeah.
If you can get there at 4 o'clock in the morning, the first 2 hours are the best.
Now
times.
he tells us like.
Yeah, but we weren't going to fish the morning. But you normally pick up 1 or 2 in the evening.
Yeah, normally you can just sit down on any drain and rock up for an evening session, catch a couple of tench and a few bream, and get pestered by eels. You know, eels and rudd. Exactly. We never even caught an eel.
No.
I tried everything to try and not catch rudd and perch, and it was just like a mother load of rudd just descended on us, and they were topping even when it was dark, and you don't normally see rudd top when it's...
They normally go off the feed, don't they?
Normally they're like witching hour, innit? It's like tench o'clock, it's sort of about 8 o'clock. The rud just it goes quiet, and
Yeah.
everything just settles, and you think any minute now. But it just got more and more rud, didn't it?
And there were no bream either.
No,
which was a bit
no,
surprising.
there was no bream rolling. You can see quite a way either side. Literally nothing rolling. Excuse-wise, I don't know. I think we'd still be sat there now and not caught one.
I felt if we were going to get one, it was going to be like middle of the night or first thing in the morning. But
the challenge is still level, and
it's
we need
live.
to settle this.
We have to set. So what we're going to do?
We had a chat, didn't we, about it, and I think we should do the eel challenge and the tench challenge in the same match.
Definitely.
So I
That's
suggested
going to be crazy.
I
Funny.
suggested going to Benwick because there's loads. Okay, they're not massive tench, but touch wood. You normally guarantee to catch them down there, and I reckon even Andy on his Mickey Mouse method might even catch one. So.
It's tench and eels all in one
Yeah.
double header.
Tench you might catch, but eels, I'm not sure you'll be able to catch them.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. I'll just let the float. You know, it goes flat and slides away.
You using that method?
Yeah, eels wouldn't
Say
annihilate.
goodbye to your hooks then. Hope you got plenty of hooks.
I'll dig them out. I think we should have a chat with Spolt first.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because tench might get into his eel nets. So
I think I don't think the tench have been feeding that well this year. To be fair,
I've heard that as well.
I'm not making an excuse to that, but
I've heard that, mate.
don't-
That's what we're going to cling on to.
I don't actually think there's been that many tench caught.
Oh,
I speak to people that go down the
they're
bypass. They're
extinct.
catching a few.
They're
even
extinct.
Bob Fitch tench. Do you know what I mean? I might have to consult with Bob and sit down in a dark room and chat what went wrong with Bob. Yeah,
Bit of therapy from Bob.
yeah,
Maybe it's a late night at Brazza,
might be.
because if you get a lock in with him down there,
Yeah, he'll tell you.
that'll put yeah,
Tell him his cheese is the best.
you'd have a lot of therapy then, mate. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think well, okay, so we've got quite a tight time schedule.
Yeah.
So are we going rudding next? Because that's easier.
I don't know.
Or dare we go for the tench eel challenge again and get?
I think get that out of the way because it gets darker. The longer we leave it, the darker it gets, doesn't it?
But we're psychologically damaged after the 16-foot fiasco.
I mean, the swims were lovely. The parking was great.
We had a bit of interference from locals,
Yeah,
which we're not right to talk about.
Yeah, and
which we managed to resolve.
yeah, maybe it was an omen. Do you know what I mean?
I
maybe
think it was karma, mate.
Yeah. I just think I don't know why we didn't catch tench. I really don't. I just think after we had the swing tip challenge, how well that went, I think everyone was expecting us to catch about 3 each. Or
Have
do you
people
know what I
been
mean?
talking about it in the shop?
What the
tench challenge?
Yeah, some people have asked me how we got on.
Well, I think we've
And
got to be
I said to be fair, I think I let Andy pick the venue, I let Andy do the swims, I let Andy do this, and I went. What do you
so
think
you blame
happened?
me?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
yeah,
I think though, it's very important to be authentic.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah. It just goes to show, you can have the, was it Bob James and Chris Yates' method sat side by side, and everyone reckons there's a good way, like the light and the darkness. If them tench don't want to feed, it don't matter a shit what you do out there. You ain't gonna catch
I
them.
don't think we had one in front of us because it was flat.
There was one about, but
It
literally it
wasn't
weren't feeding.
feeding,
It weren't
no.
feeding. No,
because then nothing fizzed.
no. You kept selling me this fizzing. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was lying half the time just to wind
Fizzing?
you up. There was nothing fizzing. No, the only thing I could see fizzing was Rudd slapping on top. But no,
I reckon if I fished for rudd properly, you could have caught a colossal weight. There was millions of them there.
They were chunky little things.
They were fat things, weren't they?
They had shoulders on them.
Yeah, they've been eating all your wheat. That's why.
Well, that was the interesting thing because obviously I went down the Sunday, raked out both swims,
They're all drunk.
put a lot of wheat in, and the video I did was on the Monday. And as I dragged back the weed, the first couple of throw-ins, I got the most weed, obviously. There was no wheat in it. And normally, you pull back 3 or 4
Yeah.
bits of wheat in the weed.
Yeah,
So something had annihilated it all. And that's why I was supremely confident.
it looks so nice as well. 16 foot, doesn't it? It does look nice, but
We did fish an area that gets fished a lot. And I think in
yeah,
hindsight...
but that you'd think that'd be a good thing on a venue. The scale of that how long it is as a venue. You'd think that'd be a good thing, that bait had gone in and
Yeah,
stuff.
I suppose so.
But I don't know. It's strange, isn't it? I do know people that fish 16 foot and catch a lot of fish. Just rock up and catch a few and away they go. But not this week anyway.
That's because the tench are extinct. That's what we'll have to cling on to.
No.
All right, mate. So we're gonna. So next podcast, are we saying we're gonna have to sort
I
this
think
out?
so. We're gonna have to complete it, otherwise.
Mate, do you not know
I can't
what
be
I'm doing?
level with you.
Do you
know
not,
what I mean?
do
I
you-
can't be equal with you. This is bad on me. Do you know
I'm
what I mean?
doing a powerboat course. I'm going to Scotland.
Powerboat course.
Yeah, I've got a lot going on. I have a gender reveal,
Right.
which sounds really weird. Well, I'm
Right.
not boxing in the Olympics, so it's all right.
Okay.
I just had to drop
You're
that
not
one.
rioting this week as well.
No riots,
No.
no rioting either, no. Don't fancy going to Stockport.
No.
So I need to have a word with Alex off air, look at dates, because this is tight.
Very.
If we can't fit this in the next podcast, we'll do it the one after. Because it takes a little bit of time to set up. I would like to drag a swim out.
Why?
Because that's traditionally what you do for Tench.
Yeah, I don't know. I think me personally, I'd rather just rock up and fish.
Aye. Bob
Catch
Nudd's
them.
been talking to you, and he doesn't like that weed rake.
I love the weed rake, but when I want to catch roach, I want to catch tench.
That weed rake's good.
It's very good.
Yeah,
It's magic, isn't it?
it is good.
Just don't magic's the tench away as well, I think.
Yeah, probably scared them. I might have decapitated a couple when I chucked it in, sliced them up. Right, mate. How's the fishery been fishing?
Very well. It's I hate this month with a passion, just because the fish feed like mad. Everyone wants loads of bait, and the bait farms struggle. And casters and maggots, I go to bed thinking about them because they're like stress me out.
We don't let anyone down, do you?
Well, no, yeah, and I know for a fact that there's going to be tackle shops in the area that are going to have no maggots whatsoever this weekend, and yeah, it's mad, absolutely mad. But fishery wise, it's fishing really well. There's lots of little carp appearing as well where they've spawned, tiny little baby carp.
Oh, that's cool.
Which for us is like great because we'll take them out and put them in stock ponds, and
Are we going to have to do some netting soon then?
I think in January we'll be doing a lot of netting. Yeah.
Oh, that was it 2 or 3 years ago we did that? No, it was longer.
Probably 4 years ago now. Yeah.
Well, same sort of setup.
Yeah. We're actually draining J down and desilting it this winter. So January and February.
That's a big.
It is,
big
but
thing.
not for James and Kelvin because they've got the machinery, and the way they designed the lake was with having that in mind. Basically, with snake lakes, they do tend to silt up very quickly, and with that,
How's that then? How's that work?
just does. They're narrow. The amount of bait that goes into them, and erosion as well.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah,
The
erosion is
yeah.
mental. And areators push silt in certain areas, so
Right, yeah.
it's quite a big job, but yeah, they've got the machinery.
We will video it.
Yeah, it'd be a
Yeah,
good
because
one,
it was quite intriguing what came out of Magpie, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
There was a lot of fish in there.
yeah. We drained Jay down about 6 years ago now, probably, and just redone the platforms and done some netting and grading and bits and bobs. So, we'll see, won't we? That'll be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, some big weights. We've got the festival coming up this week as well.
Any spaces left?
There is one at the minute.
But by the time this goes out, will it be too...
The festival will be the next day, I think. So be a bit too late.
Yeah.
But so I'm looking forward to that. It's a busy week. It's just busy now. It's great, it's what it should be. Lots of kids fishing as well. I know it's obviously the 6 weeks holidays, a lot of kids fishing,
That
which
is
is
good,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, it is really good. I tell you what, I go for a walk through town quite often, and the amount of kids fishing, but they're not proper fishing.
Doesn't matter though, does it?
No, but they're doing what you do with a little jelly thing.
Lot
I
of
just
learn-
look
yeah.
at them and go, oh. There's like 7 of them in one swim chucking these jellies, and you think,
brilliant.
just put some maggots on, mate. You'll catch one every chuck.
Yeah, but I think
They're making it hard work for themselves.
in the summer they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a question for guys watching this. Might have some comments about it, because myself and Tom Moyer, we when we see the lads who we know are trying to do it a bit seriously, we give them free lures.
Mm-hmm.
So when I come back from Holland, I found 3 lads out there, and just gave them. We got packs of them, all the lures that I get given in competitions. I think, well, I'm never going to use them, so I'll just give them to the lads.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this with Tom, that really need to do a fishing and like take them with us. Obviously with my old teacher hat on, it's not easy with the child protection and the old DBS, because technically you need to have that done, but if you've got the parents with you, you don't. So I don't know, I just think it's important that as you go higher up the ladder in your sport, you put more back in with the youth, because without the youth coming through, we've got no future for it. So don't know, guys, there's a question to you. I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking it'd be nice to have kind of like a fishing clinic, so they could learn to tie knots.
That's the biggest thing, honestly. Knots. People come in and go, I need a new, like, some more hook links, and you go, oh, right, fair enough. And they come in again, like, you've used 8 hook links, and they go, the fish are so big, I need heavier. And you go, whoa, no. Them hook links should never break on that lake. Oh, mate, they're this big. And you're like, show me how you tie your knot. And it's like...
Granny knot.
It's like... And you think, oh, my God. And that people, anglers, young anglers, not just young anglers, all anglers need educating, don't they?
Well, you think about lure fishing. Again, the same kind of day or two. I was thinking about lure fishing. And back in the day, lure fishing, you would have one rod. You can't have one rod for lure fishing, because you need a rod and reel and braid. That's a system for that particular way of fishing. So I've got a ridiculous number of rods, but it's a system, and you'll be the same with your top kits.
Yeah, exactly.
Same. And I think it'd be quite nice to, like the Scouts. Wouldn't it be great to have a fishing headquarters in March?
Yeah.
I don't know how we do it, and I don't want to be an onerous task for me or you, but it would be nice if we could have something and we just go down, particularly in the winter, and go, right, we're going to learn to tie the Palomar knot tonight, and this is where you need to use it. And you can tie. Here's the grinner.
Yeah, I think there would be a big interest for that, because...
And here's some floats.
It's just
here's some
time,
lures.
isn't it?
I think it's easy, but I think also it needs companies to get on board. And I think it would be really good. I think it would, because and then you don't have it for kids, you have it for anybody. Because like you said, I think there's a lot of people out there who are new to the sport, and they use YouTube as the learning tool. And actually, if they sat down and you just had back room of a pub or something. So you have it as your social, but you have 3/4 of an hour just doing knots, and then looking out of water and how you're going to fish it the next week, and I don't know, rigging up a pole, rigging up the elastic. I don't know. I think I think it's, or maybe that's what people say. Well, you can watch on YouTube. I don't know, but it'd be quite nice locally, because you get a community, and we've got a really great angling community.
We have, yeah.
They're really quite fortunate. It's good. Yeah. Anything? Sorry, mate. I went off on a complete tangent then. Anything else from the tackle shop, the fishery?
No, pretty standard, to be honest. Busy, which is good. Lots of nicky-nacky bits, and bait, terminal, tackle, floats, all the usual.
Got any new bits in that you're thinking that's really cool? You just got...
This time of year now, there's not too much new, because I think they know that shops are busy and they just concentrate on trying to get the money in. Come October, different ball game. It's like new products everywhere, and you're like, where the hell am I going to fit all this in my shop? You can't fit any more in, but somehow I keep putting more in. So yeah, that's October. Obviously
got Ireland coming up in a few weeks, which I'm absolutely buzzing for that.
Is that the start of your match fishing campaign for the year?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, as soon as I go to Ireland, when I come back, bang, 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 straight into it. I'm really looking forward to this year's Winter League. We've got a second team, which is a bit more like a development team as well.
Bit like Mark 1 black and white.
Yeah, probably. Mark 1, the second team have fished the drains a bit more. That, you know, they're stalwart anglers, if you know what I mean. We've got a few, but a lot of new anglers to the league, which is going to be good.
Have you done another Saudi?
What's that?
You've nicked all the best anglers again.
No.
So the Sheikh's got to come out of retirement.
In what way?
Oh, start sticking on the podcast. Have to get on the old power Photoshop again.
Yeah.
You've not upset any local teams and nicked their star men again, have you?
No.
Unbelievable.
No.
And of course, the Holy Grail is Winter League.
Yeah.
As in the qualifying and then winning.
I'm trying to win it, yeah. Yeah, that's... Well, obviously there's a Division 1 National coming up, but that's Wigan, so it's been... We haven't really practiced for that. That's been, like a lot of the local teams, it's just a bit too far to put a lot of effort in. And there's so much going on locally, it's ridiculous. From now on, it's all go, really. It's mad. There's, like, qualifiers and finals and feeder flinging, and there's so much going on now. It's like mad, absolute crazy. But then come middle of October, the only thing is the Winter League pretty much, and everyone sort of fishes locally. So yeah, we'll look forward to that again.
Good, because I think what we'll do with the podcast, obviously we've tried to add a different flavour in, haven't we?
Yeah.
Doing our little challenges and fishing with different species. So what we'll do, we'll finish off the tench and do the eel one at ASAP. Then we've got a rud challenge.
Bob Nud Rudd.
Bobnud Rudd. We're going to go out on a boat, middle of nowhere. That's the plan. And we're going to try and catch on bread crust and the fly. Now, I know we'll get bigger ones on bread crust, but I think we've got to have a handicap system.
Yeah. Right, okay, here we go.
So, mate, have you tried to catch them with freaking daddy long legs? They're not really interested in it. You put a bit of...
Well, why do it then? Simple as that. It's like, why are you trying to make hard work for yourself?
I know. That was traditional. On the dry. Okay, we'll come back to that when we get to it. And then I think once we finish doing those, I think what we'll have to do is change tactic and get more into match heads.
Right.
So are we going to get in touch with the glorious 4 that we had last year? Do you think they're up for it?
Who?
JV.
Chavy?
Yeah, our 4
Oh,
amigos.
I'm with you now. Sorry, I'm
Ben.
miles away. Yeah, Ben.
Simon,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Because if we do, you know what's going to start.
And if anyone else that fishes any other winter leagues that would like to chip in, let us know. Yeah.
So we start doing the winter leagues. We'll get in touch with those 4 again.
Yeah.
And anyone else who's doing stuff for their area, let us know. And I suppose it's going to kick off in it again with the football. They've been trying to hook me in.
Have they?
Oh yeah.
In what way?
The Yiddites. Just the little comments every now and again. They're very keen pre-season.
Well.
First game, they're still pretty keen. They know the writing's on the wall. But you get to like October, they're kind of, well, they're freaking suicidal, aren't they, already?
I don't like football anymore. That's what they're like, aren't they? Don't want to talk about football anymore.
I don't want to repeat what we did last year, but it was quite funny. So
Yeah.
So, boys, it might have to kick off again, but hey-ho, it's just life. Yeah. Right, mate, anything else that you want to add?
No, nothing.
Do we have to sort of, like, you know how people like say, my name's Andy, I'm an alcoholic. I go, my name's Andy, and I'm shit at tench fishing. Do we have to kind of say that live?
You can.
The last tench I caught was actually on a lure, not that long ago. I should have perhaps lure fished for them.
I reckon you had more chance of catching one.
I reckon I could have got one in the back.
Nice.
Would it not? Would it counted?
No, obviously not.
Well, right then. It looks like it's, if we can get it in, tench and eel challenge.
Yeah,
so
double bubble.
Tench is still combined weight.
Yeah.
What's going to be the eel deciding factor?
Well, unless you want to get a tape measure and measure the length. Good luck with that one. Combined length of the eels.
Could do combined length. How long would that take?
Well, an hour just to get the first one to sit straight.
Can you, now you turn them upside down.
Oh, right, oh.
Do you not know this?
Oh, okay.
Honestly, you turn them upside down and it kind of paralyses them. They don't like it.
Really?
Honest. Turn them upside down and they go.
You tried turning them upside down?
No, honestly, it works straight away. The odd one doesn't read the script and goes a bit mental. If you turn them upside down, you can straighten them out.
They're horrible, aren't they?
If you stun them over the head, you can straighten them out a bit as well, or you bite them behind the gills. I used to get, many years ago, we used to get our dead baits from an eel fisherman, like somewhere near King's Lynn, but in the middle of nowhere. And all his baits were dead straight, even the eels and lampreys, dead straight. I said to him, "How did you get them dead straight?" He said, "I electrocute them."
No.
I think he was winding me up.
Right.
But they were all perfectly straight.
Really?
Yeah. That was a long time ago. Right, we're now gone completely off.
Yeah,
topic.
you're probably asleep now, so...
Right, so
no tench in this video. That's what it should say.
I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. I've got no idea. I think we should have some more Guinness. That's the only thing we can do.
Yeah.
Right, we need to go. Catch you all later. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.